What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're wondering why it looks like I have a big old can of chew in my mouth, it's because this is the first workout after my wisdom teeth surgery. So bear with me. Don't expect anything crazy from this workout. I was super undercaloried, felt like absolute shit. Touching my mouth the whole time this workout. Basically just in there for the mental gains and to get a pump. Because I've missed being in the gym, but super weak and everything. But today I'm going to be addressing a giant topic. So if you guys are new here, I hope you do hit the subscribe button, promoting honest bodybuilding content, and you check me on Instagram at RussoLifts. There's the plug. But today I'm going to be talking about, because I get this question a ton on Facebook, Instagram, all my social medias, is do I regret not staying natty? Do I regret the Sarms and gear experiments? Now, before I dive into my own personal opinion, which that's all it is, just my personal opinion, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, I just want to say, I'm not pro gear, I'm not anti gear. I'm basically, the whole goal of this channel, my journey in bodybuilding, my journey in fitness, is just to show how the fitness industry really is, and just to document it uncut raw, both the good and the bad, and just for education, because I'm just not about to shroud of lies. That being said, that didn't really have any effect on me becoming enhanced and joining the dark side. Do I regret it? Personally, no. And it was a decision that I weighed out for a long time back when I decided to go full gear, full enhanced. Because if you guys are OG subscribers and been following me for years, you'll know that I did all the Sarms only experiments and never really planned to go with gear and go fully enhanced. And over time, I really realized what I personally wanted out of life and the actual risk associated with steroids and the consequences long term of steroids, and also the combatants against those side effects. But some of the side effects are absolutely unavoidable, just saying. And I really came to terms with the risk to reward personally for me, and personally what I wanted out of my life, what I wanted to do in life. And personally just documenting the entire journey it takes, which was the goal of my original channel, it takes to get to an insane physique, hiding absolutely nothing, being extremely transparent, and providing all my blood work and talking about all my side effects. I thought that information helps way more than just me, and it gives me the experience of going down this road and makes it possible for me to even be open like this and go down this road. That was my reasoning back then for being enhanced. Now, do I regret being enhanced? Again, no. And that's because a lot of people who regret, in my opinion, being enhanced were never properly educated on all the risk they were about to take, and were just looking for the quick results. See, I wasn't looking, especially with gear, because I knew once I went down the gear route, odds are, unless I retire completely from bodybuilding and move into some different physical activity, I would still weight lift for overall fitness, but if I had to, for whatever reason, let's say a health reason, I had to completely become natty again, or attempt to restart my HPTA completely, or just go on TRT if being natty is impossible at this point. I'm not going to debate and argue right now about my bloods, but let's just say I did. So I would not continue bodybuilding at that point. Like, it would be kind of pointless. I'd probably get into something else. I was a big mountain biker back in the day. I was a long distance runner in my previous lives. So I'd probably go do something else. So when these people jump into these cycles right out of the gate because either they saw someone on social media or someone in the gym convinced them and sold them whatever gear and told there's no side effects or whatever, and they weren't well educated on PCT, and they ended up crashing their testosterone, not PCTing after, and then hypogonadism, all that stuff, and then they say, "Oh, regret steroids." Well, you should have known all that going into it. In my opinion, you should have known that the minute your first cycle, your HPTA might never be the same again. Again, I've seen baseline bloods where people do full PCTs and their HPTA never comes back. And I've also seen the opposite. So I've seen people who had super low tests going into their first steroid cycle, and then they send me their bloods after, and I make sure tell them to wait for the Sarms to clear, so the PCT drugs to clear. And they're 6 months later they get it done, so way after the Sarms are out, the clomid's out of the system. Their testosterone is like 200 points higher. So, and I've had other people who have run full PCTs and can't restart their HPTA. It's completely rolling the dice with that, and it has to do a lot of factors, in my opinion, because a lot of people don't even know the environment you really need to create to make a lot of natural testosterone. And even if you create a lot of natural testosterone, it's not even really comparable to like pinning like a cc of testosterone, because that stays at a constant level, whereas natural testosterone like spikes in and out. So you should know all the risks going in. That's why I really don't regret it. You should also know that you most likely will not quit cycling after one cycle. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, they got sucked into, I really regret it. Now I have to spend all this money on TRT." You should have known that more likely than not, it's very hard to walk away from once the gear gets involved. I think the Sarms are much easier to walk away from because the gains are much more maintainable and they're not insane. And you don't have a nitrogen retention look. See, when you look at me curling, I have a very weird nitrogen, unnatural look. My delts are freakishly popping, all that stuff, veins everywhere. You're never really going to be able to keep that look, and then people get addicted to keeping that look, and it becomes part of them. As you associate me, Russo, as this, physique, this look. And if you're a one-trick pony, which personally, when I was weighing out my debate to become an astronaut, I'm not a one-trick pony. I'm in a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not just a bodybuilder. I like to build computers. I was a PC gamer. I'm a tarantula collector. I mound, but I have a bunch of different hobbies. I know people who only bodybuild. Their life revolves around bodybuilding. Their whole life is their physique. If they quit gear, it's gonna be detrimental to them. Or if I quit gear, I'm not a one-trick pony. So you really need to sit down with yourself, what you want out of life. What would be the point of enhancing yourself? If the point of enhancing yourself is just to get some quick gains, then, maybe something small, but jumping into full-blown gear cycles just for some quick gains doesn't make sense to me. Especially with the people who DM me what they look like, which kind of makes me frustrated that people think I regret being enhanced, whereas they should see these other people. So please weigh out the risk to reward for yourself and have an overall education of what anabolics do in the body and all the combative things you have to do to offset all the markers that are going to go out of whack. And Each compound has its own side effects, so you really have to look into each one. And then everyone reacts differently to everything, so you got to really pick and choose what works for you. But personally, do I regret being enhanced? No. I hope my information goes on to help people.